Hello there. So this is another week. What is the latest update on the conflict in Eastern Congo? You know, the one between M23 rebels supported by Rwanda and the Congolese army. The latest news is that some FRDC, meaning the Congolese soldiers, were sentenced to death for cowardice. And according to how that news or that article goes is that a garrison military court has handed a death sentence to 7 commandos of the Armed Forces of the Democratic Republic of Congo. This is FRDC, after pleading guilty to cowardice in front of the enemy. The 7 commandos attached to the Republican Guard were arrested after fleeing fighting with the M23 rebels on 9th February this year in this region called Sake, you know, that town of Sake, Masisi territory. And it's not far from the city of Goma. It's just about 20 kilometers west of the Goma city. And this Sake is kind of the northern western shores of the Lake Kivu I showed you in the previous video. All these events took place last week. So on Thursday and Friday, what had happened is that M23 rebels started attacking the town and the territory of Sake, you know, the region of Sake, which is not far from the city of Goma. It's about 20 kilometers west of Goma. And the intention was to capture the town of Sake and start moving eastward to capture the city of Goma. And then there were these Congolese soldiers, the commandos who were fighting with M23, and they started running away, deserting their positions and escaping from M23. Some of these soldiers now have been caught and they are going to, face the music. They have been charged and handed a death sentence. What that means is that they are going to be shot, And that is the problem with the Congolese army. All this time we've been asking ourselves, why does a huge army, about 20,000 soldiers in that region, fighting just 6,000, M23 rebels, keep abandoning their positions? And why does M23 keep gaining grounds? It's because of this behavior, cowardice. Soldiers, the Congolese soldiers are not ready to die. They enlist to just make money. That is what they are doing. But now I think Congo is not joking anymore. They are not playing around. These guys, the first 7 soldiers, more will come, because going forward, if some soldiers are caught running away from the M23, they will be arrested and charged the same way. That is what is now going to be happening. And this is a big shame, because we are talking about commandos, not the regular FRDC soldier, not the regular Congolese soldier. And to those who may not know, is that the FRDC, the normal regular army, was made back in 2008. I think there was this peace agreement where the Congolese government in Kinshasa agreed to incorporate and accept all fighting militias in Eastern Congo into the Congolese army, so that they can stop, fighting the same army. So this is when we had CNDP, that is the precursor to M23, and we also had other rebels join the Congolese army so that they can lay down their arms and become part of that army. But this new army, including these rebels, was problematic from the start, because the new army was very corrupt, it was ineffective, and different factions inside that army also were still harboring hatred between themselves. Of course, that is what happened. So the guys in Kinshasa decided to build a new army, or another kind of professional soldiers from the ground up, and these are the Republican Guards. And these are the commandos. So to those who may not know, these Republican Guards are the soldiers, or the Congolese soldiers, that we see wearing or donning maroon beret. The ones that wear that reddish thing on their head, the beret. So they also have a different type of uniform, kind of dark brown. It's not green like the regular Congolese army. And initially, the Republican Guards were highly trained, well-equipped soldiers to protect the president, senators, and other leaders in Congo. Of course, later on, this was scaled up to 10,000 men, and a lot of them are now the commandos that are usually sent to fight. And here they are running away from the M23. Now, imagine the psychological effect that would have on a regular soldier, because the regular soldier will say, Look at these commandos. They are better trained, better equipped, and better paid than us. And here they are running away from the M23. So who am I, a regular soldier, to stand up to the M23 rebels? That is what most of them are telling themselves. So that's why the Congolese army has decided to start punishing these cowardice, these commandos who are running away from the battlefield, because the commandos should bring morale to the other soldiers, not create fear, because a lot of them now are running away from this M23, leaving their equipment, sophisticated equipment, expensive equipment, and even allowing the M23 to capture key and strategic positions. So that is something that should not be tolerated. And maybe if the Congolese government or the Congolese army started these punishments a long time ago, today we would be talking about different outcomes in this conflict. And speaking of outcome, what had happened on Friday in the morning is that the M23 fought their way into the town of Sake and the region of Sake. And as I said, Sake is not far from the city of Goma. So the fear was that once they take Sake, it's just a matter of hours before they advance on the Goma or the city of Goma. But in the afternoon, what happened is that the Congolese army got reinforcements and they went in and fought and were able to kick out the M23. So today, the Sake region or Sake is under the hands of the Congolese, and M23 have gone back north to where they had come from. I think the region between Sake and Kichanga. So that is the outcome. When soldiers decide to fight and none of them, run away from the M23, they can do greater things.